Okay, put a 2 in the chat if you're ready to get started. Okay, let me make sure I'm recording, then we'll go ahead and get started. Let's see. Start summary.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so today is day 3 of our 5-day challenge where we will be discussing or covering crafting your content. So, your content is, how do I say this? um, it brings everything together. So, especially if you're running ads, your content is what people see first before they even get to your sales funnel. So, making sure your content is attracting the right people is crucial to actually selling your digital product. So, that's what we'll be covering on today's call. Really quickly recap of day 2 if you missed it. We discussed finding your niche or who you're going to serve. Um, Packaging your knowledge into digital products, ebooks, courses, video training, coaching. Focus on identifying your niche and your ideal customer. We also talked about product selection. So, um, using your current experiences to find problems within the marketplace and using your digital product as a solution to that problem. We also conducted the case study on, or went over the case study with Danny on how she was able to generate over $5,000 in sales in her first 30 days and highlighted the importance of actually positioning your digital product as a solution to the marketplace. So as long as you can position your digital product as a solution to the marketplace, 9 times out of 10 people are going to buy it. So keep that in mind when creating your digital products. Don't just create a product just for the sake of creating it. Look to solve people's problems. We also covered market research, polling your audience. A few of you did send over the homework, so I would definitely like to get feedback from any of you. So, did anyone respond to your polls on your stories or your stickers? If so, put it in the chat. We also talked about your unique selling proposition. So, what about you, your journey, your life, your business? What makes you special? What separates you from everyone else within the marketplace? Also, solution based products. So, how problem solving digital products are so easy to sell. Now, we're going to jump into day 3, content creation. So, this is specifically with ads, really all social media. So the first thing you need to do when creating content or even thinking about creating content is what can you create to stop people from scrolling? And that part is easily overlooked. So the first step of content is stopping people from scrolling. Step 2 is getting them to engage with the content. Sell the click, which is step 3, and that's it. So as long as you can get someone to stop scrolling in their feed, get them to pay attention to your content, then get them to take that desired action, you have essentially crafted a good piece of content. Put a 1 in the chat if everybody's clear on that. So stop the scroll, get them to engage, sell the click. And sell the click just means you're convincing them to take action and go over to your site to view your product. Everybody clear on that? Put a 1 in the chat and I'll move on. Okay, perfect. So audience analysis, all you have to do is go through your existing content and see what's already getting the most engagement. Then you're going to create more of that. So you don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to creating content. You also don't have to, like I said, go out and do fancy photo shoots or anything like that. Go look through your existing data. If you, what is it? You go to your homepage and you tap on your like reels. For those of you that post in reels, Instagram will show you your views. That's the content you're probably going to run as your ads. Now, when crafting your copy and your ad captions, so we call it copy when you're running ads. When you're posting in your feed, you usually call it captions, but same thing. You want to use this format or formula: hook, value, offer, or hook, value, call to action. So this is an example. We're basically calling out to freelance hairstylists, and we're saying, hey, freelance hairstylists want to learn how to open your own salon and transition from behind the chair in 30 days. So that's our hook. Then our value or our proposition, I just launched a course that shows you step by step how to open your very own salon with no experience. I cover how to find a location, how to furnish your salon, how to find a perfect location, how to find stylists that work in your salon. So inside of your value, you're essentially combating objections, or you're also combating problems that this person may face. We've already grabbed their attention, and we've done our research, so we know what problems they may face or the things that they don't want to do. So that's why we list that strategically in the value part. So now they're saying to themselves like, hey, this fits me. What do I do next? So that's where your call to action comes into play. If you're ready to step from behind the chair. So again, we're poking at what they ideally want to do, get from behind the chair. So, hey, if you're serious about getting from behind the chair and starting your own salon, tap the learn more button or tap the link in my bio. Put a two. Let me get 5 2s in the chat if we're clear on that. Hook, value, CTA, or call to action. This is how you should structure your captions. Really, anything writing related, online, emails. If you're trying to sell on through email, through text, it should be structured this way. Okay, perfect. So now, the production phase of the content, choosing the right tools. So for photo editing, I use Canva. If y'all have any specific photo editing softwares that you use, throw them in the chat, share them with everybody. So Canva mainly for photos, and I use InShot for video. And there's another really popular one. I can't think of the name. But if y'all know any good photo or video editing softwares, please feel free to share them in the chat. I definitely encourage you to try photos, videos, and carousels just to see what content works best. So there's no, CapCut. There's no such thing as wrong content. Even the content that you think that people may not want to see, throw it out there anyway. Because especially with ads, typically it's that piece of content that you didn't even like that helped help take your business to the next level. So carousels, videos, and photos. Test all 3. Now put a 1 in the chat if you want to see me create a piece of content live. Put a 2 in the chat if you just rather me keep going. Okay, well, no 2. So let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this is a client that we just launched a K-Tip digital product funnel for. So I'm going to actually create one of her ads live. So there's a tool called Mass Downloader. If y'all want to write that down. So it's on Google Chrome. Mass Downloader. So it's this one. If you on your computer, and what it allows you to do is like just take content from Instagram. So we can click on this and download selected post, then find the post. So since it's K-Tips, all we're doing, let's go Reels and see if it'll show the views. So all we're doing is scrolling down to see what kind of has abnormal views. So it looks like she averages about 2,000 views. So we're going to see if we can find something with a lot more. If not, we're just going to quickly pick something. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go with... Okay, so instead of views, we'll go with likes. So this has 168, 38, 74. So we'll go with this one. Let's see. Select it. download. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to unzip this file really quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to hop over to Canva. Then we're going to click on create design. I saw 9K. Oh, so I think those probably did not feature K-tips. So like this one is 14K, but it's saying like she's taking down the sewing. So it kind of needs to be a little bit relevant to the offer, essentially. Where we at? Okay, so create design. Then I typically do Instagram portrait, I believe. Then we're gonna upload that video. Let's see. Question is B-roll footage considered good content? Stop scrolling content. Words on the screen. Or stop scrolling content if there's words on the screen. Could you rephrase your question? I don't think I fully understand. Okay, that's taking a while. Let's see. Okay, so while that's loading, I'm gonna grab the text. So I always use this. I think this text is called League Spartan, and I use it because it shows up like pretty bold. And I'm gonna stretch this out. So this is a part of the attention grabbing thing. So we're gonna have our hook, which why is this taking so long? Okay, so while that loads, I'm gonna show y'all this. So I asked ChatGPT for a bunch of short hooks for an ad promoting the course on how to do K-tips. I said we're positioning the course as a way for current hairstylists to learn a new technique that would enable them to make an additional $1,500 per day, as well as take less clients by learning how to do K-tips. So it gave me like these 20 or so hooks. Now let's see. So we're gonna pick one. K-tips. So this is what I came up with. It was like a variation. So learn my K-tip technique and make $1,500 per day while taking less clients. So what we're doing is we're saying, hey, learn my K-tip technique. We're also talking about the financial benefit of it. And we're talking about something that they don't want, which is taking so many clients. So it's like, hey, if you learn this, you can take less clients and make more money. So we're kind of solving two problems. Put a 1 in the chat if everybody's clear on that, on why I came up with this specific title. Okay, so we're going to grab this and drag it. So I'm going to show you. So if you click it, it's going to show like this, and you'll have to resize it. But if you grab it and drag it like slowly, it'll fully show or whatever. So now what we're going to do is turn this white. And we're going to paste our hook. This may be too much. Let's see. And we're going to center this. Then we're going to click effects, outline. Then we're going to make the outline black just to make it pop a little bit, something like that. Then drag it all the way at the top. Learn my K-tip technique to make $1,500 plus per day while taking less clients. So Facebook is weird about dollar signs and making money claims. So that's why I left the dollar sign off this. Sometimes you can get away with it, but I typically do, like if I'm talking money, I leave the dollar sign off. Is it better to use Canva on a laptop, iPhone? It just depends on the situation. I do it on both. If I'm away from my computer, I mean, it functions just like the desktop, but I can move a little bit faster on the computer. Okay, so now what we're going to do is duplicate this. So you hit this plus button right here. Then we're going to drag this down. And we're going to say, learn my K-tip technique, tap the Sign up button to get started. So put a 2 in the chat if everybody's clear on that. Then this is done. Hit download, download. Okay, so we have one more step. Now what you want to do, you have to keep in mind when you're trying to sell anything, the entire experience has to be cohesive. Meaning if I see an ad that says learn my K-tip technique and make $1,500 per day while taking less clients, you can't say, hey, buy my K-tip, or hey, learn my new K-tip technique on your landing page, like on your website. You can, but that's not the most effective way. So I'm going to show you. So here on the website, you want your headline to say the same thing. Like as soon as they click on the ad and land on this page, you want that saying the same thing. So this way they know they're in the right place. Then it'll be something like, I will show you my K-tip technique and make K-tip technique. I will show you my K-tip technique. So you'll learn how to make. So something like this. Point being, once they click and land on the website, the whole experience, at least with the headline, needs to be cohesive so they know that they're in the right place. Put a 1 in the chat if everybody's clear on this. Does this make sense? So the very first thing they see when they land on this site is going to be this hook. And that's the same thing that they're seeing in the ad. Everybody clear on that? You want the whole entire process cohesive. That way they know that they're in the right place. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's it for the content creation. It's literally that simple. The only thing you're going to do different is once you download this, you're going to do a few more. Probably at least 5 different pieces, especially if you're running ads. You don't want to just rely on one ad. So just really quickly, I'm going to delete this. We're using this same hook. All we're going to do is drag in a new piece of content. Move this down a little bit. Just like that. Then you're going to download that one. Then you're going to throw you in another one. So at least get you 5 pieces of content, definitely if you're running ads, because you want to give Facebook enough data and enough assets to go out and show people to see what people are going to react to. Everybody clear on that? Put a 2 in the chat and I'll move on. Let me get 5 2s in the chat. Where we at? Okay, perfect. So structuring your content, when creating content, you essentially always want to have a hook. So even in photos, videos, whatever, even in your captions, you want to have a hook. You need to be grabbing someone's attention. If you don't grab someone's attention, they'll just keep scrolling. And if people keep scrolling over your ad, your costs are going to get expensive. If people keep scrolling over your organic content, Facebook or Instagram is just not going to show it to anyone because people are basically saying, we don't like this. So keep that in mind. Always have a hook in your content. Then specifically for ads, you want to try to keep them around that 15-second mark. On average, people are only going to consume around 3 to 5 seconds at the most on average of your video content. Again, we're not necessarily trying to sell in the video. All we're trying to do is sell the click. Do you post all 5 at the... So as far as ads are concerned, yes, we launch all 5 at the same time. Now, if you plan on promoting your digital products organically, you want to plan at least 10 to 15 posts before you launch. The reason being is because the amount of times you post equals the amount of clicks you get, which leads to money. So imagine if every quick math really quick. So remember we talked about percentages. On average, your website or your funnel may convert at 1%. That means every 100 visitors you get to your site, you get one sale. Now imagine every post you make on Instagram, you get 10 clicks. It's going to take you about 10 posts to get 100 clicks to get one sale. So that's why before you launch, you need content in reserve. You can't rely on just one piece of content. Unless you're just really good at content, you just know it's going to go viral. You're going to need volume. And what you're going to notice is if you post 15 posts, something's going to stick out. Then that lets you know, hey, this is what people resonate. I need to create more of that. Then your next 10 posts is going to be more of that. Then you're going to see an increase in your traffic. Everybody clear on that? Put a one in the chat. Does it matter about followers? No. So followers don't matter because, again, if you have the ability to create a good piece of content that gets people to stop and engage and save and share, then that's the recipe to go viral. So you can get your content or your business seen even with no audience. I know y'all have been seeing the trending style content where, I don't know, maybe someone's flipping off a motorbike, then the business owner, in his scene, he does a flip. I don't know how to explain that. Y'all know what I mean? They're basically stitching a viral piece of content on top of their content. And the reason that they're doing that is because that viral piece of content is hooking the viewer. Then the next part is the value part. So they have hacked the system with hooks now. So you hear people, oh, I'm a shadow banned. Try that. Try doing that. You're not shadow banned. Your content is just not good. Yes, I want to do that trend. I would encourage everybody to do that, especially with ads. If you can get one of those right with ads, like, you'll make a lot of money. Guaranteed. No, not 15 posts daily. Just have 15 posts ready to go. Maybe post 2 a day. And no, that does not include stories, because stories are typically only going to be seen by your engaged audience. It's rare that a story goes outside of your audience. If you're trying to go outside, you need to be posting reels. How do you stitch or shadow? You would just have to edit it. So you find a viral piece of content, maybe on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, you cut that part out, then you stitch it onto, your content using like InShot. Now, numbers. Your aim should be to get at least 200 people to your website before considering that your digital product is a success or fail. Let me actually do 500. So what happens a lot of time is people, what do I want to say? They give up too soon and they don't look at numbers. They look at time. So like, oh, well, I've had my hair business for a year and I haven't gotten any sales. But they never looked at their analytics to see how many visitors they got to their site. So that same person that's saying, hey, I've been in business for a year and I haven't got any sales, they only had 20 people come visit their site in a whole year. So more important than time is numbers, number of traffic that you send over to your site. So it doesn't matter about the time. It matters about these numbers. So a good conversion rate, depending on what you're selling, depending on price point, it's probably going to be about 2%. That means out of 200 visitors, you get 4 sales. This is on the higher end. Average is going to be about 1%. That means out of 200 visitors, you expect 2 sales. And the reason that I'm showing you this is when you don't get any sales, don't be like, oh, no one's buying my stuff. Go look at your traffic first. That's going to tell you the story. Now, if you see 200 people came to your site and you got 0 sales, that means there's probably something wrong with your offer, your pricing, or the way that you're selling it. 200 visitors and one sale, that's a 0.5% conversion rate. So what this basically means is that you have something working on your hand, but you need to either improve your site or your offer or both. And in this case, if you're getting sales, you're just not getting a lot of sales off of the 200 visitors, I would probably test lowering your price. Probably cutting your price in half just to see if you can get a few more people to take you up on your offer at a lower price. Everybody clear on that? Put a 1 in the chat, and I'll move on. My IG is at the point where I'm not posting my process or finished product. I get no views. When I post a joke about hair being a stylist, I get all the views. I'm not. So you have to do both. Your funny content is what creates the awareness and gets you the audience building. But then your post about your hair or your process that's for your engaged people. Now it doesn't make sense for processes and things of that nature to go viral or get a lot of views because no one really wants to see that. The only people that want to see that is the people that like you the most. But that content is not for the masses. The funny content is. And if you're ever confused about any of this stuff, go look at your numbers. Your content that gets a lot of views and a lot of engagement typically got a lot of shares. If people are not sharing your content or saving it, it's not going to go anywhere. I don't know if y'all can see that. I know it's really small, but this is an example of a digital product. You can see here it's a 5.6 conversion rate. So that means out of every 100 visitors we send to the site, 5, almost 6 people buy. So now I'm going to share with you some advanced strategies with content creation. There's so many people stylish sharing the funny ones, but it's not converting into sales. So yeah, it's typically not. So what you should do once you post a funny one and you've gotten all of this engagement and whatnot and reach, your next post should be a money post where you're trying to get a booking or sell something. Also, get more active in your story. Also, go live. And that's what we're about to talk about now. So go live, answer FAQs that's related to what it is that you want to sell. This will allow you to build trust and get real-time feedback about your product, which will allow you to perfect it faster. So I know a lot of y'all are scared to go live, but if you want to build know, like, and trust with your audience, you got to go live. Now, it's not mandatory, but if you want to separate yourself from the competition, do what they're not doing. The majority of people are scared to go live on Instagram. That's why not a lot of people do it. So that's your opening into the marketplace. That's how you can start to build know, like, and trust. Go live. So number one question I get about going live is, what do I talk about? Go to Google and input a root keyword that's relevant to what it is that you're going to sell. Scroll to the FAQ section and you're going to answer these questions live. Then this is a hack. Save your live to your phone. Then what you're going to do is put that video into InShot and you're going to chop out each question. Now you have one single piece of content where you're answering one question, which you can distribute across TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other social media platforms. So you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Everybody clear on that? Put the 2 in the chat. So this is just a quick example. Start a salon. I went to Google. I searched start a salon. Actually, I'll do that live. Start a salon. So you scroll to people also ask. So Google's giving you a list of questions that people are asking about these topics. And the reason people come to Google and ask these questions is because they don't get the answers really to these questions on social media, because no one really creates content about this stuff. So I would make a list of all of these questions. If you're going to create a how to start a salon ebook or course, make a list of all of these questions, then go live about that. Now you look like the expert in the field because it seems that you have every answer on earth to every question that I've ever thought about when it comes to starting a salon. Everybody clear on that? Put a 1 in the chat. So use this Google resource to get all your content ideas. Do you put the same content on each platform? Yeah, at the current state we're at, yes. Put all of the same content on the other platforms until you start getting a feel or understanding about how each audience on each different platform responds to certain content. But I wouldn't get caught up on that right now because there's going to be a lot of work trying to juggle multiple platforms and create different content for each. The next best thing you can do is go to Facebook Ad Library. You can use this tool to research and gather ideas from successful ads. So if you go to Google and search Facebook Ad Library, you can essentially search for competitors' ads. You hit all ads. And the point of this is to see what's already working. Not for you to go copy, but for you to essentially like mimic what they're doing. Let's see, digital products. See if something comes up. These are probably not going to be relevant, but I'm just trying to show you. You can see other people's ad. You can see their copy. And if the ads are active, which these are, that means 9 times out of 10 they're working. And you can see the date when it started. So if someone's continuously spending money on ads, 9 times out of 10, the ad is working. So Facebook Ad Library. Where are we at? So I want to show you really quickly. This was a ad for a course on how to do a closure quick weave. And it got 159 purchases from one piece of content that we basically just took off our Instagram and added our hook. And if you can see here, this is the hook. So the hook says, want to perfect your installs. Like, that's it. Tap the sign up button and let me show you how. So that's all you're doing. You're finding a existing relevant piece of content on your page. You're adding an attention grabbing hook. Then at the bottom of that video, you're just putting a call to action. Call to action is basically saying what to do next. Let me get 5 2s in the chat and I'll move on. Is social media the only place where we can place these ads? No, I mean, honestly, you can make business cards for your digital product and go pass them out. Now, that may not be the best strategy, but the name of the game is awareness. You need to make people aware that you exist. You need to make people aware that you're even selling the digital product. I personally like ads because they're laser targeted and I can exchange my money for the reach. I can exchange my money for the awareness. And typically when they work, I get to multiply my money. So it really doesn't cost me anything. If you can run ads at $5 per day and make $10 per day, your ads are essentially free. Everybody clear on that? Ads do not cost money when your digital products work. Like when people buy them, your ads cost is free. If you don't understand, put I don't understand and I'll explain in more detail. Ads only cost money when they don't work. No, I mean other places. No, put it everywhere. Twitter, Pinterest. One of the most slept on platforms with high income women is Pinterest. And a lot of you use Pinterest and don't promote your business on Pinterest, not actively and not the right way. But Pinterest is a visual search engine. Ton of high paying, especially in the hair business. So I would encourage everyone to sign up for Pinterest and learn how to use it the right way. So here's day 3 homework. Now I need you to go find a piece of content on your page and you're going to add your hook at the top and you're going to add your call to action at the bottom. Do a video or a photo or both using Canva, and you're going to DM me the video or photo to iGrow Salons. Put a 1 in the chat. Can I get 5 ones in the chat if we're on the homework? You're going to go create your content now. You saw how simple that was. You upload a video, you put a hook at the top and a call to action at the bottom. It's literally that simple. Okay, perfect. So day 4, we'll be discussing marketing. I believe we'll talk software as well. Then strategies to effectively promote your digital product. So we're almost wrapping up. Then we have day 5. Then we have a bonus day where I'm going to be breaking down an entire case study. So I'll show you the ads. I'll show you my ad copy, all the hooks, all the content we use, how much money was made, everything, all the emails we sent out. I'll show you that entire process on the bonus day, which will be Saturday. One second. Somebody's unmuted. So now we will open this up for Q&A. And let me see what this is. And if y'all want this is a tutorial on how to use Canva. One second. For people that's watching on YouTube, it's not pasting for some reason. If you want the link, just send me a DM or just search this. But now it's open up for Q&A. So if you have any questions, either unmute yourself or put your questions in the chat. Send the homework to my Instagram, iGrow Salons. The carousels are the images that you slide. Let me see if I can find one. But while I look for that, again, unmute yourself or drop your. So I think this is a carousel where you're able to like slide the content. Where do I send home? So DM me on Instagram at iGrow Salons. Again, it's Q&A time. So if you have any questions, unmute yourself. Everybody clear on everything? We don't have any questions?
Does the ad
Oh my gosh.
have to be a video or photo?
I recommend doing photo, video, and carousel. Yeah. Now, you can just start with just a video. Videos tend to perform best, but you never know, depending on your offer, depending on the audience. That's why it's good to test multiple different pieces of content.
So that would be 3 different ads.
Yep.
Okay.
Is Mass Downloader is a plugin for Google Chrome. So I don't think I don't know if it's an app. I use it for Google Chrome. So like on your computer.
Do you create a carousel on Canva?
You can create the individual like slides, but when you go to your ads manager or your let me see. I'll show you really quickly. So inside your Instagram, it will ask you for like the different individual pieces of content for your carousel. And if you're doing like an ad, you would select carousel. Then you would just add, where is it at? One second. Take this off. Carousel. Okay, so where it says add card, then you would add your individual content. So I'll do this one, and this one, then this one. Hey.com. Apply to all.
Do you have a professional Instagram account? Like a business Instagram account?
What do you mean?
Like, is your account be able to see this? Is it a business?
Oh no, this is inside of your ads manager. So go to Facebook Ads Manager, then Meta Ads Manager, then go to Ads Manager. A lot of y'all, when y'all run ads, you do like a booster post. This is like the behind the scenes way of doing it, where you have like more control over what's happening. I don't know why it's not previewing. I was trying to show you what it looks like. Well, I'll try to fix that while I answer questions. I've never seen anything about a carousel on IG. It may be called something different now. Let me check. So you hit that. So you hit that when you log into your Instagram. You hit that plus button at the very bottom. Then you hit post. Then where's that? Then what you do is you just select multiple images or videos. Then it will turn it into a carousel. Is the homework only for you to use starting a digital product, or even if you're promoting a service? Yeah, for the digital products. Is it best to do ads on Instagram side or through business? So I always set up ads inside of the Facebook Ads Manager. Reason being is this. So when you're boosting a post, you can't select a pixel. And your pixel is what allows you to track everything. So I can tell Facebook, hey, go get me booked appointments. Like if I have that event set up. I know this is a little bit technical, but point is you always want to set your ads up here. That way you can track if people are actually buying your stuff. If you just boosted a post and say, tell Facebook, hey, send people to this link, there's no way of you tracking if your ads are actually working. I can show you better than I can tell you. So with the pixel will allow you to see if people are buying your stuff. Let me see. What's this? So like here, this was one of those courses, and you can see here we paid $65 for the purchase. So that's how much ad spend we needed to spend to sell. The course was $97. Only because the pixel is installed on the website. Without your pixel installed, Facebook can't see what's happening on your site. And if they can't see what's happening, then they can't report to you if your ads generated you sales. Is B-roll content good to post, like filming of themselves, cleaning out workspace? Yeah, so I can't tell you what's right and wrong with content. I would say test everything. Because like I said, you'll be surprised at what like takes off and goes viral. So just try everything. Then as you try everything, you're going to see there's this one style that resonates best with your audience, and I would just do more of that. Let's see. Anyone else have any questions? And remember what I was telling y'all, that on average, you're probably going to get like 3 to 5 seconds of people watching the video anyway. So about 15 seconds is probably going to be the longest you want to have your video. But this is one of the ads for that. See if it'll play. For the how to do front or whatever digital product. Do you offer one-on-one? Yes, I offer one-on-one and done-for-you services. I'll talk more about that on tomorrow's call. So is that all the questions we have? Okay, well, if that's all the questions, I'll go ahead and wrap up this call. Again, the homework is you creating your content within Canva, photo or video. Add your hook at the top, call to action at the bottom, and DM me the post on Instagram at iGrowSalons. Can I get some ones in the chat? Oh, here's the homework right here. If you'll be on the call for tomorrow, drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, perfect. So I think tomorrow or Friday, I may do a quick ad setup as well, just to make sure y'all get as much value as possible. But again, a lot of this stuff is not important. The most important part, ads are not important, content not important. The most important part is making sure you have an offer that somebody wants. Because you could run the worst ad with the worst content with the worst targeting on earth, but if you have a really good offer that solves a really good problem, people are going to buy it. So focus all your energy and efforts in creating a really good offer. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Let me see. Stop sharing. All right, talk to y'all soon.